What is good? What is up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts, and I'm coming at you with a video on what Anthony Weaver can bring to the Texans. I really love the hire, and in his press conferences, he's talked about putting players in position to succeed and playing an aggressive and exotic defense. So, I watched Rex Ryan's defenses from the Jets and the Bills, and Ryan is Weaver's main mentor. And so I found some blitzes that I think Weaver could take from Ryan and use with the Texans. So that's what I'm going to show today in this video. And if you enjoy this video, I wrote two articles a little bit more in depth about Ryan's scheme, taking two formations that he could possibly use, talking about how that can help us in run defense, and then I also looked at some more of these blitzes. So there's two articles out there on the website, www.texansunfiltered.com. So please do check that out. The links will be in the description. Now, as always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Now, let's break it down. So the first blitz we're going to look at today comes from Ryan's time with the Jets, and this is in particular in 2012. And that is the year that Anthony Weaver was hired as the assistant defensive line coach. So he could have learned a lot from Ryan in his first year here, and this is one of the blitzes that he could take to the Texans. So this is a nickel blitz here. And you can see that this nickel defender is going to be the one who's blitzing, and the Jets actually only send 4 defenders on this blitz, so they do have 7 in coverage so that they're not burnt easily. So it's not that aggressive of a blitz, however, it gets home because it's disguised well, timed well, and executed well. So as the Texans, you could see how we could easily run this formation with Justin Reed as the single high safety. You could have Michael Thomas here kind of in the box, and Eric Murray down even more here kind of in the slot. Then as your outside corners, you could have Garyon Conley here at the bottom in press, and Lonnie Johnson up here at the top. Now, in my opinion, I think that Bradley Roby should be starting in the nickel, so he can be the nickel defender here who's blitzing. We've seen him blitz nicely, like that sack against the Patriots. He can disguise it and time it pretty well, so I'd love to see more of that from him. Now, if we look on the defensive line, we have the great versatility. So this guy could be Grenard, Martin, Watt, Merciless, really anyone. They can line up on all 3 of these defensive lineman spots that I'm going to talk about. Now, these 2 stand-up linebackers are also good coverage linebackers. So Dylan Cole is our best guy. And then Cunningham, he's not great in man coverage, but in zone coverage, he can hold up. So those would be the 3 linebackers there. Now, the other 2 defensive linemen, you can have J.J. Watt there, maybe Ross Blacklock, whoever you really want. They can rotate in that position, even Charles Omenihu. And then at the top there, Whitney Merciless, Jacob Martin, Duke Ejiofor. We've got a deep D-line now, so we can rotate these guys through, but that's just to give you an idea of how the Texans could line up in this blitz. So let's play the blitz here, and you can see the nickel defender kind of creeping down there, and then boom, as the ball is snapped, they only send these 4 guys right here, but the nickel defender is looking like he's going to come free because these top 2 guys are able to occupy the right guard and right tackle. This leaves the nickel blitz coming free, unblocked. The quarterback is trying to step away from it, but the nickel defender has enough speed to bring him down. From the quarterback's picture, he would imagine that these 3 guys are the ones that are rushing, and then these 2 as well, so they're sending 5, and he wouldn't really expect the nickel guy. So if anything, he would slide the protection to the left to pick up these 2 blitzing linebackers. And he wouldn't be expecting the nickel blitz from the right. But that's where it happens. The linebackers drop off. Boom. He never sees it coming. He can sense the pressure kind of coming, so he steps up, but he's not fast enough to get away from it. I really love that blitz, and I'm guessing Weaver will too because Ryan loved to run it. This time they send 5 defenders, as you can see here, and the nickel defender yet again comes in unblocked. Great scheming here, good timing to disguise it as well, and he gets a free hit on Russell Wilson. Deshaun Watson in particular kind of struggles with these reads to see if the nickel blitz is coming, and a lot of quarterbacks do as well. So we can hit them with their own poison and attack with the nickel blitz. I would love to see it. Another one here where this time the nickel defender comes in. He doesn't hit the quarterback, but he forces him up into the pocket. And as long as we stay disciplined in our rush lanes, we're going to be able to clean up these sacks. You can see number 90 here. He's waiting for the quarterback to run up to him, and he finishes off the sack. One more here against the Seahawks yet again. This blitz will really eat up young quarterbacks and inexperienced offensive lines who don't have the communication to be able to pick up these blitzes. Yet again, you can see the nickel guy coming in free, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket and into a bad play. I love these blitzes. I'm excited to see Weaver implement more of them. It's just something that we can send with all of our nickel defenders that we have with Roby, Hargraves, and Reed. I'm excited to see how we implement it. So this next blitz I want to look at is this nice 2DB overload blitz to the bottom of your screen here, and you can see how it opens up a wide open lane for the blitzer. This is a really exotic piece, man. This is a really exotic blitz out of Ryan, and I love it. It comes out of a formation where we're gonna run 7 DBs. That's right, 7. So let's look it back here. I'll pause it right at this point when they're about to blitz right here, and you can see that there's 7 DBs on the field and only 4 actual front 7 players. But you can see how this can fit the Texans personnel, because we would have J-Raid here as the top single high safety. Then you can have Michael Thomas here in the box. Now in the nickel here, I would put Bradley Roby. Now as your outside corner here at the top and press, that can be Conley, and the bottom here will be Lonnie. Now as for those 2 defensive backs who are blitzing at the bottom here, those can be Eric Murray as a blitzer and John Reed or Hargraves. Let's go with Reed for this one. So you can really see how our depth in the secondary, having so many nickel defenders, having so many safeties, will be beneficial in these packages, which really makes sense as to why we signed so many of these guys and drafted them too. So if we have all these DBs, we can run these exotic blitz packages. Now, moving on to the D-line, this guy can be JJ Watt. Head up over the center can be Ross Blacklock. Off the edge here, you can get Whitney Merciless and either Jacob Martin or Jonathan Grenard. We just have so much depth on the D-line that we can move around those pieces and keep them fresh. So with that said, now we know that who's blitzing and that we're sending 6 defenders, we can finally get into the blitz. So I'll run it again right now, and you can see how the running back has to choose on these 2 blitzing defenders, because it's not shifted, because the quarterback didn't shift the protection the right way. He should have shifted it to the right, but he shifted it to the left, and that ends up with him being sacked. So why did he shift it to the left? Because he sees that these 2 guys are way off here on the edge. So he has David Johnson to that side of the offense, and he needs that to be picked up instead. But that's not where the blitz is coming from. It's coming from the right, and boom, he gets punished for it. So as a quarterback, you have to be really good about making the read here. You can see it from this angle. It's hard to tell because they come in so late. The post-snap motion, you can see that, look, at this point, he's making an audible call, and the safeties are coming down, but they don't look necessarily like they're going to blitz, and you definitely don't think that both of them are going to blitz. However, they sneak down here at the last second. The quarterback isn't looking their way anymore. He gets the snap call. Boom. They're coming at him fast. By the time he hits the top of his drop right here, there's already a guy beaming down at his face. He just has to secure the ball and take the sack so he doesn't even fumble it. But the sack is just really fun to watch. I think it's the exact description of an exotic and aggressive defense that Weaver could possibly run. I hope to see it. We have the personnel for it, and it's just all about practicing it and getting the execution down. So here's that same blitz against the Cardinals yet again, but on this time, the Bills are only actually sending 4 defenders instead of 6. So you can see the top defensive end will rush, and then these 3 bottom players will rush, 1 linebacker and 2 DBs yet again. Then in the middle of the defense, you see a linebacker. He's going to drop off into a short hook zone. And then another defender there right to the left of him is going to be in man coverage against that number 3 wide receiver. And he's going to be trailing the play a lot. He's not really going to even cover the guy, you'll see. But because of this blitz getting to the quarterback, it doesn't matter. The coverage doesn't have to be as good as long as you can get pressure on the quarterback and make him not see his reads as well. So as you can see here, the blitz, it doesn't even really get through. The 2 bottom DBs don't get towards the quarterback, but there's just so much going on, so much commotion that the linebacker number 57 in the middle here, he's actually the one who's going to be able to defeat his block and get in on the quarterback. I just love the exoticness of this blitz. Exoticness, is that a word? Who knows? We're making it a word right now. Great blitz out of the linebacker. If you can have Benardrick McKinney in that role, it'll be nasty. One last blitz here to look at, and I really like the creativity of this one. When I pause it here, you can see how it looks like a 3-man rush. However, as the play develops And we get closer, now we see that it could be a 5-man rush, but actually the nickel defender is blitzing as well, and he gets a free run at the quarterback and causes the sack. I really like the creativity of this blitz, changing the picture of the quarterback from the point where it looks like a 3-man rush, then boom, 5-man, and then it's actually a 6th with the nickel defender. Great blitz package. I would love to see this out of the Texans. Alright, that will do it for the Anthony Weaver video. We saw 3 types of blitzes that Weaver could take from Rex Ryan and how it would fit with the Texans. I'm really excited to see what he will bring because we have just enough talent on defense that if they're properly schemed, we could have a much improved defense from last year. As always, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Check out the description for links to the website where we write in-depth Texans articles and have podcast episodes as well. You can follow us on Twitter at HoustonFBPod and follow me on Twitter at Texans_thoughts. Alright, this was Jordan or Texans Thoughts. Hope you enjoyed and come back for more. Take care, everyone.